The final spring training video of 2021. Finally, Blue Jay fans, the season is upon us. The Blue Jays baseball season starts on Thursday. Tomorrow, I will be doing a season preview, which I think we're all pretty pumped about to talk about the upcoming year and whatnot. But let's get to these last preseason games as the Blue Jays have a pretty good week. They only lose one game. I think it was 5-1 to the Yankees. But other than that, they win every game or they tie a couple games, both against the Tigers. But let's talk about these games. On the Wednesday, they play, and it was on TV, against the Yankees, and they win 5-0. Big time offensive performances in that game. Great to see Bo Bichette finally swing the bat well in like one of his last games of the spring. 3 for 3 in that ball game. 2 home runs, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Bo Bichette doing Bo Bichette things. Both home runs were to the opposite field as well, showing power to the all sides of the field. That's Bo Bichette style baseball. Teoscar Hernandez also went deep in that ball game. He went 1 for 1, had 2 RBIs, and he walked once. So a sound game for Teo here in the spring. And very interesting pitching performances in this one. Trent Thornton gets the start, went 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 3 against a pretty loaded Yankee lineup. There were a few guys who didn't play, but overall, it was a pretty full lineup. He did a great job, and Simeon Woods Richardson gets another call, and he went 3 innings, 2 hits, walked 1, got 1 inning, he got into some trouble, but he struck out 4 in those 3 innings, and he is continuing to show us throughout the entire spring. His stuff is electric. Then after him, A.J. Cole came out there, and after a slow start to his spring training, he's really picked it up here near the end. 1 inning, 1 hit, and struck out the 3 guys he faced, or I guess the other 3 guys in the inning, to strike out the side for A.J. Cole. And Anthony Castro, another guy who has just been really good out of the bullpen all spring long. He does it again. Clean inning, 1 strikeout. Great job for Anthony Castro as the Jays win that one 5-0 on March 24th. That was the Wednesday game. On to Thursday, where they had a 3-3 tie against the Detroit Tigers, and there really wasn't much offense at all in the game. But the pitching, there was a few pitching outings that we wanted to talk about. One was Steven Matz, who went 5 1/3, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, both were earned, but walked 2 and struck out 3. So you wouldn't say it was his sharpest stuff, but overall 5 1/3 of 2-run ball. I'll take that any day from Steven Matz, so good job for him. And Alek Manoah continues to show us how unbelievable his stuff is. 2 innings. No hits, no walks, no runs, and 4 strikeouts against the Detroit Tigers. His stuff is absolute dynamite. And the Jays and Tigers tie that one 3-3. On the 26th, which was the Friday game against the Philadelphia Phillies, the Blue Jays win that one 6-5. I'm pretty sure that was the game where Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit an absolute missile home run. I mean, you guys saw that. It was an absolute laser beam from Vladdy. It looked like it was going to be a line drive, a couple bounces to the wall. No, it goes over the wall. Those are Vladimir Guerrero Jr. type of home runs. Really good job for him in that game. Breyvic Valera, who's kind of that veteran presence on the infield, has had a slow spring offensively, but he had a good game here. 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, a run scored, and he hit a home run. So a good job for Valera. And Tim Mayza, who's had a great spring. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, and didn't allow a strikeout. I think Mayza was told he made the team, and Lariano was let go. I was kind of shocked about that. But they win that game 6-5. Now the Saturday matinee against the New York Yankees, the Jays lose that one 5-1, and I think Ryu was on the mound. He didn't do the greatest. And the offense really wasn't there, obviously scoring only the 1 run, didn't have any hits. A.J. Cole went a clean inning in a third, though, so that's a great job for A.J. Cole. We talked about him. He's gone, 2 1/3 scoreless innings there in these games that I've talked about. So a good job for A.J. Cole. Anthony Castro, again, he went an inning, allowed 1 hit and struck out 2. So he's continuing to show the Jays management that, hey, this guy has some good stuff. Might play in the big leagues. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, he's not playing against the main guys in high leverage situations for the most part. But overall, a guy to keep an eye on. Then on the Sunday, I think it was, in the Sunday ball game, the Jays tied that one 4-4 against the Detroit Tigers again. A couple good offensive performances in that game. Cavan Biggio went 2 for 3, and he's been really struggling swinging the bat overall in the spring. But you know what? We've talked about it on the podcast. By the way, if you've not checked out the Jays Banner podcast, go do so. And the Instagram Live we'll be doing tomorrow with Blue Jays second round pick CJ Van Eyck. That's a very exciting one there tomorrow on Blue Jays Center Instagram Live at about 6 o'clock. And we'll be doing a post-game live stream. I'm not really sure how to find that. I'll probably get more info to you guys and get it out to you on the in the video tomorrow. So that'll be exciting. I'll be doing that post-game after game 1 of the season, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But guys, go check it out. Jays Banter, Blue Jay Center on Instagram, and I'll get the link and I'll get the specifics about the post-game live streams for you guys. It'd be a lot of fun it would be great for me to be able to see you guys out there watching us talk Blue Jays. All right, now. Like I said, Biggio had a great game. We talked about on the Jays Banner podcast how Kevin Biggio needs to be swinging the bat more. Obviously, the walks are great. The on-base percentage is great. You need him to get more bat-to-ball, more hard contact. He went 2 for 3 in the game today. That's what you like to see from Kevin Biggio. Good start. And Logan Warmoth, who ends this spring hitting like 360-something, and a guy who has never really been an offensive juggernaut in the minor leagues, right? I think in AA he hit like 200, not even 250. He's bottom of the lineup. Ugh, got some hair in my mouth. That's gross. But this spring he's hit over 360. Really raising some eyebrows in Blue Jay land. He went 2 for 2, had 2 RBIs in that game, and some very nice pitching performances. And the Blue Jays pitching staff is something that Jays fans are all looking at, right? We know this team will be able to score runs. Even with Springer out of the lineup, maybe the first few games of the year, they're going to be able to score runs. And pitching-wise is the thing we all know the Jays are up in the air about. And Tanner Roark, we all know he's awful. But Ross Stripling is a guy who's a big head-scratcher for Jays fans because you know that he has stuff. You know he has good stuff. It's just a matter of if he can put it all together, right? He had some great years there in LA. He came over here last season. Didn't really fit in all that well early on, obviously. But in the spring, he's put up some pretty good numbers. And in his final start of spring training, he went 5 2/3, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, and struck out 2 guys. He was really good in that game. Throwing strikes as well. Didn't walk a batter in 5 2/3. So a great job for Ross Stripling. And Ryan Borucki went out there today, and we're assuming, since Lariano was let go, they're going to go with Anthony Kay in the bullpen, or maybe even AAA. Well, probably in the bullpen to start the year at least. Ryan Borucki in the pen, and Tim Mayza. You'd already have 3 lefties there. It doesn't make any sense to have Lariano run around, even though he didn't allow a run in spring training, which didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But it's okay. Borucki went an inning and a third, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and a strikeout, so a great job for him. Yeah, I don't think he allowed a run the entire spring, so he's really feeling good heading into the year. And Tim Mayza, as I mentioned earlier, made the team and has put up some really good numbers. He went an inning, no hits, no walks, and a strikeout for Tim Mayza. And now, in the final game of spring training that occurred yesterday, the Blue Jays come back from, I think it was like a 7-4 deficit and win 13-7 over the Philadelphia Phillies, and some pretty nice names getting some jobs done on that day. Offensively, Otto Lopez. Blue Jay fans will know that name if you're looking at the minor league system and the prospects, because that's kind of that next wave of Blue Jays that were down in the Lansing Lugnuts last year. Obviously, Lansing is not a Blue Jay affiliate anymore, but they were last season with Moreno. It was Griffin Conine and Otto Lopez. Lopez was a consistent 300 hitter all year long, contact guy for sure. Moreno, obviously, with the young future catcher kind of, I guess, hype, and Griffin Conine, who we were all hoping for good things, but he ended up being traded, and that was the end of that. But Otto Lopez 3 for 3 in the ball game, had 2 runs scored, had an RBI and a walk. I mean, insane. Bo Bichette, as I mentioned, started to heat up here at the end of the season with that big 3 for 3 game against the Yankees. He went 2 for 2 against the Phillies to end off his spring, so a really good job for Bichette. And a guy who's really pushing for a spot, and I think damn well deserves it, is Santiago Espinal. He went 2 for 3 in that final game, had 5 RBIs. He had a home run. I think it was a 3-run shot as well, if I'm not mistaken, or it was at least a 2-run shot, and had a run scored in the game, obviously no home run. And this guy in the spring, if I'm not mistaken, I can't read my writing. Yeah, I know, that's that bad. I think he hit either 362 or 382 in the spring. He's been awesome. You know what he's going to give you defensively. He's a great defender. And if he can put something even remotely close to this, damn, Espinal doing some great things out there. Love what we see. And for Blue Jay fans, they get to see a little bit of the future Blue Jay, Olivier Martinez. And anybody's like, well, who's that? Well, that's for the fan who doesn't really look at the minor league system too much or far down the minor league system, because he's a 19-year-old kid. There is so much hype behind this kid if you're looking at the minor leagues. He is 19 years old. And he went 2 for 3 in the ball game, had 3 RBIs, scored a couple runs, and hit an absolute bomb. Absolute bum. And it wasn't off some schmuck. It was off of Hector Neris, the possible closer for the Phillies. And this guy's 19. Never played a single game in A-ball. Like, we're talking Lansing, Dunedin. Never played a game there. And he hits an absolute piss missile off of Hector Neris. So great job. I'm excited for Olivier Martinez. He's not going to be here for a while, but damn, he's a good-looking player right there. And Julian Merriweather comes out of the pen for, I think it was his second outing of the spring. Look, he ends the year. He ends the spring training on a good note. Has a couple good innings. 1 inning, 1 walk, and a strikeout for Merriweather. You know that guy has the stuff. The question is, can he stay on the field? That's the big question mark going into the year for Merriweather. You know he has the stuff. We saw it last year. It's all a question of health for Merriweather going into the year. And Trent Thornton, through 2 innings, didn't allow a hit, didn't walk a batter, didn't give up a run, and struck out 4. I will say it till the cows come home. Trent Thornton, Ross Stripling deserve rotation spots over a Tanner Roark. But I'm going to get to that stuff in the season preview tomorrow. Oh yeah, Jays fans, I'm going to kind of leave it a little bit of cliffhanger that I literally just told you. But it's okay. That's it for spring training. My notes are done for spring training. And it's on to real-time baseball. I can't wait, guys. All right, so you know what? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you guys are absolutely pumped for Blue Jays baseball back, hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this one, hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video. What you like, what you not like from from the past week's Blue Jays games. That's a tongue twister, I swear. And everything you're excited about for the Toronto Blue Jays season, just guys go nuts in the comments, right? I want to use this video and the next one for you guys just to go nuts with your opinions, your predictions, all that. Go crazy. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Raptors edition tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Who the heck do they play? Oklahoma City Thunder. I think it's tomorrow at 7:30? Something like that. Even though the Raptors are playing terrible, they've won 1 win all month. They look for win number 2 on the final day of the month. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens, Raptor fans, tomorrow. And as for the Leafs, if I'm not mistaken, they take on the Jets tomorrow, 7:30 puck drop in Winnipeg. Looking to bounce back after that tough overtime loss yesterday against Edmonton. And as for the Blue Jays, I'll be talking to you guys season preview edition tomorrow as we'll be talking about the season ahead. And what's to look forward to? What are my predictions? What do I think is going to happen? We'll talk about all that stuff tomorrow. And the Jays season gets going on Thursday against the Yankees. All right? So thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.